Hello and welcome to Froch on Fighting with me, Carl the Cobra Froch, and I'm in Miami, on Miami Beach. Look how beautiful it is. The sun's shining, look at the sea. The beach is golden. I can't believe it's December. Yesterday I was in Nottingham on the way to the airport and it was overcast, grey, cloudy, miserable. Actually it was pissing it down. It was horrible. And then you fly to America and look at this place. So good. Anyway, you might be wondering why I'm here. So I've been flown out to Miami with my business partner, my producer, the man with the biggest ego in the West, Man Via. I tell you what though, he's good at what he does. By these sponsors, Zapply, and I say they're brilliant because I was up this morning at 5 o'clock, jet lagged, Miami time, and I had some testo charge and it totally loaded me up. I mean, I took it last night before I went to bed. I woke up with some serious energy and some serious lead in the pencil. The boys know what I mean. I can't even say that with a straight face. But yeah, I was in the gym this morning, pumping iron, bit of chest, bit of arms, just feeling good, feeling rejuvenated. But the reason I'm here is to watch what should be a boxing match between Anthony Joshua and Fake Paul. But we've got a bit of an issue. We've come out here, we've gone down the correct channels and applied for a media accreditation so we can attend the press conference and the weigh-in. As journalists, Froch on Fighting, the biggest channel in the business, the most viewed channel in the business, they should want this channel there reporting on this joke shop event, and that could be the issue, but we'll get into that. But bottom line is, we've put in for a media accreditation because we want to come to these events to showcase what's going off. Whether it's good or bad, it's still boxing. Anthony Joshua's a 2-time heavyweight champ. We're being told he's looking at becoming a 3-time heavyweight champ. He wants to be involved in serious fights. For me, this is a warm-up fight for him. It's an easy mismatch. We'll get into that. But bottom line is, we've been rejected. We are not allowed to attend any of the media events. What is going on? And the reason I was given to not cover this event was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's just a generic email. We've emailed them saying, look, we want access. They've refused it. We've gone back and said, what's going on? We're the biggest channel in the business. You obviously want us part of it. But bottom line, they want to silence us. But the rejection email, I mean, it was a template email just listing possible reasons, such as circulation size. Circulation size, that'll be of the amount of videos we put out and how many views we get. So we're the leading boxing channel in the business, as you know. And it's just like ridiculous. Circulation size, frequency of boxing stories. I mean, we'll put out 2 or 3 a week and we get over 1 million views every single month. So it's something they'd want. Website rankings or lack of boxing coverage. I mean, let that sink in. So basically what they're doing is they're silencing the most viewed boxing channel in the business because they don't like my views. And all I do is give honest opinions on what I think. I talk about Jake Paul, I talk about Anthony Joshua. I don't pull any punches, I don't single anybody out. I'm just honest with my views on all of these fighters across the board. And Jake Paul is making some noise at the minute, but for all the wrong reasons. He's gone from potentially fighting Gervonta Davis, who's half of Anthony Joshua, not even half of Anthony Joshua's size, to now jumping in with Anthony Joshua, which, let's be honest, fair play to him. He's jumping in there, he's taking a massive risk. But let's wait and see what happens. I mean, we'll probably get into that in a minute. But the fact is, we've been banned from the event, cancelled, whatever you want, however you want to put it, silenced. You know, where's free speech? Whatever happened to it? MVP pride themselves on giving boxers access and boxing writers and journalists access and being open and friendly to all comers. Come on, we're trying to change the game, we're trying to do something different, but oh, you're not allowed in, Mr. Froch, Mr. 4-time world champ Hall of Famer, because we don't like your opinion. So it's out of order, it's wrong, but I'm still going. Listen, I've got ringside seats, I've been invited, I'm going to be sat there ringside watching this shit show in Clown World. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not allowed to go to the press conference. I'm not been given access to the press conference, the weigh-in, to stand there and ask a few questions. I mean, they're probably not going to talk to me anyway, and I'll give my money's worth down the barrel like I do anyway. But it's important that you understand what's going off in this fucking clown world. And listen, I'm not saying I'm entitled to anything. I'm not an entitled person just because of my credentials and what I've done. And I have been vocal, and I have given a bit of stick out in the past, but they don't want me at the fight. They don't want me at the press conference, the weigh-in. They don't want me there on fight night. And there's no valid reason. They've not given me an explanation or a valid reason as to what the problem is. I know what the problem is, but come on, grow a set of balls and be honest and just say, this is why we don't want you here. Because, I mean, I suppose that would expose them, wouldn't it? That would make them look for what they are. They're just not genuine people, because if they were, they'd have me there giving my honest opinion and being critical. And I can give Jake Paul credit. I can give him credit. I've just called him Jake instead of Fake because he's jumping in with Anthony Joshua. He's taken a risk. I thoroughly expect Anthony Joshua to absolutely flatten him, if not in the first minute of the first round. He might have a look. He'll do him in round 2. It's fight over. This is a ridiculous mismatch. But I should be given access. I should be allowed to go there and voice my opinion, and to not be given a valid reason as to why. That's why I'm doing this and having a little rant. Let me know in the comments what you think, if I should be there, if you want me there, or if you don't care. But bottom line is, this is out of order because this is restriction of freedom of speech. Now there's going to be a lot of you saying, listen, Froch, what did you expect? You've been giving Jake Paul shit for years. Well listen, I've not been giving him shit for no reason. I've been giving my professional opinion. Decades in the boxing ring. I've been boxing since I was 8 years old, amateur, professional, world champion, Hall of Fame. I've medalled in the World Championships. First Englishman to medal in the World Amateur Championships, followed closely by David Hay, might I add. But I'm entitled to give my honest opinion. I'm qualified. You know, I've got the CV, it stacks up. So if I can't give an opinion and be honest about what I think about Jake Paul and the fact that he can't fight, he's not a professional boxer and is making a mockery of the sport, then what can I do? So I'd like to see some of the press that are there today present ask what is the reason. Why has Froch on Fighting been denied access to this event? Why is Carl Froch not allowed to come here and ask a couple of questions? Because there's no real valid reason. So I'd like to think if this can happen to me, this can happen to any of you. This needs highlighting today. So I'd hope that some of you, some of the other press, can grow a set of knackers and ask the questions that need to be asked. Questions like, why is the arena only half full this close to the fight? It's only half sold. Now they'll probably paper it out and give a load of tickets away and make it look busy. But this fight has not got the attraction it needed. It really hasn't. No one's really that interested in Fake Paul running around the ring for 8 rounds against Anthony Joshua, who, let's be honest, should be able to flatten him in the first minute of the first round. I think I'm going to drop a bet on later actually on Coin Casino, and it's going to be a round 1 wipeout, so look out for that one. But people aren't asking the right questions, and they know that I'm going to go there and turn up and ask the right questions, the awkward questions that people want to know. So I think it's important to just put a little bit of context on this. We have reached out to these people. We've tried to get an interview with Anthony Joshua. We've tried to have a sit down with Jake Paul. Even Eddie Hearn is swerving me because they think that they're above everything with this event. This event's so big and Netflix is involved. They can't sit down and talk to little old me, Carl Froch from Froch on Fighting. It is the best channel in the business, but I'm going to ask real questions. I'm going to be putting these to them. So we've sent the emails, we've sent in the requests, and we've just been ignored. Canelo Alvarez didn't ignore me. Terence Crawford didn't ignore me. Manny Pacquiao did not ignore me. I've sat down with all these boys, all these big boys of the game, the world leaders, the biggest names in the business are sitting down with the Cobra and having a proper chat. But these are not sitting down with the main man because they're worried. They're worried about the questions. They're worried about what answers they're going to give. They're going to be giving excuses and they're swerving around it. It's not good enough, so it's time to get called on it. Listen, it's not the first time I've said something that's upset people, but I'll stand by what I say. I'll have a conversation with somebody. Just have a chat, sit down, have a talk like men. Liam Smith, Joshua Boazzi, they weren't happy. We had a face-to-face, we had a chat, we sorted it like gentlemen and moved on. And it's brilliant because you can give an opinion, you can be critical with your opinion and put context to it, but when you can substantiate it and back it up from the position that I'm in, then that's great because then we can all move on and be friends. If they sat down and had a chat, then they could, but they can't talk the way out of it, can they though? Because that's the problem. This fucking whole clown world with Fake Paul. I mean, I'm looking forward to the fight, but these don't want to sit down and go through anything with me and answer any questions because I know the questions are going to be hard and we're actually going to find out, aren't we? On Friday night, a couple of days, we're going to find out what this is all about. Is it going to be a clown world? Jake Paul is jumping in there with Anthony Joshua, who should flatten him inside the first fucking 60 seconds of the first round. I've already said it might go round 2 if AJ decides to have a standoff and a little look. But this really is a massive mismatch and it's a dangerous fight and they do not want to talk openly and honestly about it. And that's bottom line why the Cobra Froch on Fighting isn't welcome. And people always say, you've got a lot to say about AJ and it's not always complimentary, and they think I've got an issue because my coach Rob McCracken also trained him. It's got nothing to do with it. Me and Anthony Joshua go way back, right back to eating 10 egg omelettes at the Premier Inn at the EIS, the English Institute of Sport in Sheffield. You know, we used to hang around together, have long conversations. Before he turned professional, when he was asking me, do I sign with Frank Warren, do I sign with Eddie Hearn, do I go to America? And I was giving him good advice, good, solid, strong advice that got him on the correct pay-per-view platform to make the most money. Me and him go right back. So I'm trying to sit down and have a chat with him like human beings, amicable human beings, like men, but we're getting stopped. We're getting stopped in our tracks. We've emailed his team. We're getting some bullshit genericness back again, asking about numbers and views. It's just all bollocks. These guys have got no interest in sitting down like men, like gentlemen, and just having a conversation. It's so difficult, but like I said, I will continue to do what I'm doing. Let me know if you're still enjoying it, because it's not going anywhere fast. So I'm sorry, I'm going on a little bit of a rant here, but I need to get this off my chest. But before I finish my rant, I've got one more request. Nakisa, that's Fake Paul's manager stroke promoter. Don't even know what he does for him. I know he polishes his dome on a regular basis, but listen, Nakisa, talk to me. Sit down and have a 10-minute, 15-minute chat with me. What's the worst thing that can happen? Well, actually, the worst thing that could happen is that you could get rendered unconscious. Listen, I won't be rendering you unconscious, because that would be unfair. But why don't you sit down and have a chat with me? I'm putting in an official request to Nakisa Bidarian. What's his surname? Bidarian. But Nakisa, anyway, Jake Paul's manager. Sit down with a Cobra and have a chat. You know what I mean? It's not hard, is it? Answer some questions. If you can back your guy up and substantiate all your bullshit for this clown world that you're involved in, sit down and have a chat with me. But I know you're not going to. Any journalists that are there, stick it on him, ask him why he's not going to talk to the Cobra. Froch on fighting. You know, it's not going to happen. But listen, I need to wrap this up, because the sun's going behind the cloud. And I reckon a couple of rays on the sun, it's gonna bronze me up a little bit while I'm in Miami, you know, just for the main event on Friday night. So anyway, rant over, and I promise now that is the rant over. I feel like just having a professional opinion these days is a reason to be cancelled, and it shouldn't be. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you think I'm right or wrong, or if you've got any ideas as to where I might be wrong. But you know, I'm just doing what I do. I'm giving my opinion from, like I've said earlier, decades of experience in the game. We're going to find out, aren't we? The truth happens in that ring on Friday night when AJ finally meets Jake Paul. See, I didn't call him fake. I've got the integrity to call him by his real name, but he is living in clown world. But you know, for now, I'm just looking around. The clouds are just coming out, but I'm tasting you know when you can taste the margarita with the salt. Manny, what do you reckon? Margarita, a bit of tequila, baby. So yeah, I'm going to go and hit the bar. I'm probably going to be back tomorrow. We've got the weigh-in, and then we've got fight night. I'm still going. I'm going to be there. Listen, I've announced now I'm going to be sat ringside, so maybe I won't be. Maybe there'll be a picture of me on the door, and I'm refused entry. I hope so, because I'm not going to go quietly, am I? I can still throw a nice left hook and a nice right hand. Hopefully there'll be no fighting. But you know, if a man's got to do a preemptive strike and defend himself, what am I going to do? We're in America, aren't we? That Second Amendment's a bit of a bitch. Better be careful, boy. But anyway, this has been another episode of Froch on Fighting. As always, let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll see you very soon. And this episode was brought to you by Cobra Casino. Oh, before I go, I am going this time, I forgot to mention my boy Terence Crawford. What a guy, Terence Bud Crawford. 3-weight, undisputed world champion, 38 years old. I was at his last fight. I've been in Riyadh, I've been in Saudi, been in Dubai with him. We've sat down and had a chat. He's absolutely completed the game. Finished up in my weight division, super middleweight, 168 pound. Beat Canelo Alvarez, easy as well, let's be honest. But what a guy, what a legend. Have a peaceful rest outside the ring. Smash it, because I'm sure you will. You've got serious Bunsen burners, so you've got no issues there. But yeah, I couldn't go without mentioning that. We might get Jake Paul. I don't think we will. We might get Eddie Hearn. We might get Nakisa. Probably not. But you know what? They can fuck off anyway. Listen, I'm gone. See you later. Woo!